Hey there, church. It is so great to see y'all. I want to bring you an update from our church council about our campus closure, our ongoing response to COVID-19, and how we continue to adapt during this time of pandemic. This video has brand new information and an outline of our plan going forward, so perk up your ears if you're not listening and hang in there with me. This is new information. Okay? Are you with me? The biggest thing, church, is that the church council had an additional meeting at the end of March and has unanimously decided to begin in-person worship on our campus beginning Sunday, April 11th. This is really wonderful news, and I am excited, as I know many of you are as well. This will begin a phased approach for us, working toward being back in our building with fewer restrictions. We still need to be cautious. So we are starting with the addition of an outdoor prayer service on Sunday mornings at our Lakeside Chapel. Seating and capacity are very limited, so please sign up using the Sign Up Genius that goes out with this communication if you want to attend. Again, seating and capacity are limited, so please sign up using the Sign Up Genius. Our faith formation will remain virtual at 9:30 a.m. through the end of the semester, so our outdoor prayer service will be at 8 a.m. on Sunday mornings and will carry us through the season of Easter and the beginning of Pentecost, barring any setbacks due to rising cases or rising hospitalizations. We are continuously monitoring Fort Bend County's metrics. Our decisions continue to be guided by all available data and science. We are pleased to see that new cases are continuing to come down from their dangerously high levels. We've seen them start to level off and maintain consistent decreases. This good news, plus the addition and expansion of vaccination efforts, gives us hope that we are starting to emerge from the worst days of this pandemic. It is still too early to completely let up. It is still too early to completely let up. Fort Bend County health and hospital officials are imploring us not to give back the really great work that's been done so far in getting this pandemic under control. So for this reason, we are beginning with services outdoors. We will also be enacting our COVID-19 health and safety precautions, and everyone who attends any activity on our campus will be expected to abide by those precautions. These precautions include required masking, required physical distancing, and required health screenings for contact tracing purposes. Those health forms can be found online, attached to the event sign-up that you wish to attend. Each person must fill out a new medical screening questionnaire each time you come on campus for any activity, including worship. We are confident in our safety and mitigation measures, and we believe we can provide a healthy environment for you to worship fully and safely, as long as you partner with us and help us keep our health and safety standards and precautions and requirements. As I said, provided that cases and metrics continue to come down and vaccination efforts continue to increase, we are hopeful to move from outdoor to indoor worship before things get too terribly hot down here. One thing, church, that's important to note is that while many of our older folks have received their full complement of vaccines, and that is indeed very wonderful, many of our younger folks have not. And many of our young ones and children don't even have a vaccine approved for them yet, which is why we are continuing with our health and safety precautions. It's just important that we remember that some of us are not all of us. As council, we will continue to revisit this decision regularly, and we will continue to make these announcements on a regular basis. All of this remains subject to change as new data become available. All of this remains subject to change as new data become available. Our highest priority remains your health and wellness. Even though we are adding an outdoor prayer service, it will still be different than the worship services you remember from before the pandemic. Health officials still strongly advise against congregational singing, sharing the same space for too long, and any situations where aerosols have the potential to collect and spread. The outdoor services will be a short service of prayer and scripture. Our primary way of gathering together for worship will still be our virtual worship services, which will continue in their current form. This means that we are moving into a phase that requires us to operate in a more in a hybrid model. There are still a significant number of folks either not vaccinated or not comfortable attending in-person events yet. This means that we will have to take extra care, even more extra care, to ensure that everyone stays and feels connected to this community of faith. Even during all of this time, we have always strived to help you feel connected. We have continued to work incredibly hard so that no one feels isolated or alone during all of this. And that doesn't stop now. In fact, our efforts have to continue in even more earnest to ensure that folks don't feel left out. It's why we're continuing with our online worship services. It's why our faith formation will stay virtual for now. Every single one of you is important to us, and we want to do everything we can to ensure that you feel deeply connected here. We continue to be drawn together by the grace and love of God that knows no bounds or limits. We commune with Christ and with one another as the body of Christ, whether we are present physically together or gathered together online. Jesus says, wherever 2 or 3 are gathered together in my name, I am there among them. I am there in their midst. Friends, that includes our virtual community. Christ is present here. The best way to get all of the latest and most up-to-date information on everything happening here at New Hope, all together in one place, is our Thursday afternoon eBlast newsletter. Our eBlast has updates about worship, faith formation, ways for you to continue being involved in serving our community. If you are not already connected to and receiving our eBlast and you would like to, please send an email to info@newhopelc.org with the word eBlast in the subject line, and we will get you added to our distribution list. The links to our weekly eBlast newsletter are also posted to our Facebook page at facebook.com/newhopelc. As our campus is beginning a phased-in reopening, the staff will continue working from home for now and only coming up to campus for essential functions related to producing our worship services. We can all be reached through our emails, our cell phones, and messages left at the church on the church office phone are now being forwarded to our cell phones. If you are dropping your offering off at the church, please use the mail slot in the middle door of our office building, even if it appears that someone is in the office. Please help us continue to keep you, ourselves, and our families safe. Our small groups and Bible studies are continuing to meet online so that everyone can easily join. So see that eBlast for the connection info for those. We also want to encourage you to continue checking in with each other with a phone call or a text. As this pandemic lingers on, we continue to need connection with one another. So please utilize all of these many opportunities to connect. They are so worth it, I promise you. We have 2 opportunities to check in and gather in fellowship during the week. Both of them are on the Zoom video conferencing platform, although you can also simply call into the line from any phone. On Sunday morning at 9:30 a.m. at our regularly scheduled faith formation time, we have our Sunday morning check-in and faith formation conversation. And on Wednesday afternoon at 4:30 p.m., we are continuing with our Wednesday afternoon happy hour check-in. The links and the connection info for both of those can be found in that Thursday afternoon e-blast that I just mentioned. We also continue sharing together in a sacred meal each week, and we have consecrated elements if you would like to use those. If you would like consecrated elements for your use at home, please send an email to info@newhopelc.org so that we can make arrangements with you for you to pick those up. Also, church, we want to encourage you to please continue to give your offering during this time as you are able. You can mail in your offering, or you can drop it by the office. You can also very easily give online using any credit or debit card. Again, if you're dropping your offering off at the office, please make use of the mail slot in the middle door of our office building. The link to give online is also down in the video description. Church, I also want to say thank you so much for your continued generosity. You've seen the financial updates from Council, so you know that your generosity is still very much needed during this time. But I just want to express my gratitude for the ways in which you share and partner in ministry with us. Our thanks to everyone who has already contributed to our capital campaign, from the new audio and live streaming equipment in the sanctuary to the work that will be done in the community center. All of the projects for this campaign are with a mission goal in mind of how New Hope can truly be a center for our community. Our goal in this campaign is to leverage our space and our resources to serve the most people and do the most good in our neighborhood. None of the projects that we already completed in the community center were affected by the frozen pipe burst back in February, but there are some campaign projects that we are looking at reprioritizing as a result. We are working with our insurance to get everything squared away, and our capital campaign leadership team will have an update for us soon. If you haven't already contributed to our capital campaign and you would like to, I just want to invite you to consider that, and you can simply designate that gift to the capital campaign. Lastly, church, we want to echo all of our local health officials and ask you to please continue to wear your masks, continue to be mindful of your exposure to others, continue to keep physical distance, continue to be cautious. We are not yet out of the woods, but we are getting there. And we also want to encourage you to continue to look for ways to be the hands and feet and heart of Christ in a world that is in desperate need, because that too is all the more important. So take care of yourselves and be well, church. Our prayers continue to be with you and your families during this time. Please check in on your neighbors and your friends. If there's anything that I or that we at the church can do, from praying with you to going out and running errands, however we can be of help, please let us know. Call the office or call or text my cell phone, send me an email, get in touch with me, and we will try to do what we can. Care for one another. Be compassionate. Be kind. And be loving. Be patient with one another. Look for opportunities to help and to serve. Look for the good. Keep your eyes and ears open for the ways that God and Christ continue to show up in our world. We will see you soon.